He used to elope, which means run away, and he used to have that so bad.
Oh yeah.
We are the Fry family. My name is Edna Fry, and I am a wife and a mother of 2 wonderful boys. This is my oldest, Samuel.
Hi.
And we have, you have a little brother who is 6, and his name is Elias, and he is the one on the spectrum. He has autism. I was thinking about a video to do, and the video that I wanted, that really stuck out to my heart, that I want to see more of on the internet, that I would like to see more of, is perspective of another sibling, whether they're younger or older than the person, than the sibling who's on a spectrum. I would like to hear their struggles and what they go through with their sibling, because not only the parents go through it, but you also have gone through so much with me. He has gone through probably all of it with me. And so I was always, I always felt bad for that you got to see us go through so many things, because in the beginning of finding out that he, about my son, our little guy's autism, I took it as a very negative, bad thing. And I remember in the beginning, it was because I was grieving for something that I could not comprehend or accept, that this is going to be his life, that this is it. And I would look up things and how to help him, continuously try to see things where I can heal him, right? And if you understand what I'm saying, then you know exactly what I mean when I say that. And you got to be there with me. Whether I asked you for questions or helped you understand what was going on, you got to see that with me, and I feel so sad. But I'm so thankful that I'm getting to walk this journey with you, Sam, because he is so sensitive, but also a great protector for your little brother. And he has been a really good support through all of this, and having his help so many times. You've helped me, Sam, without even me asking for your help. And now that I'm thinking about it, I've always, because you know this, right? Elias needs so much of my attention, right? And because he requires so much of my attention, I feel bad as a mom that I'm not giving you any, but was what that feels like to me. And because I did not want you to grow up and hopefully never thinking that you won't like your brother because of because of him having autism, I tried to not ask you to help me as much as I can. But you've always just came in and helped and filled in the gap for me, and for your dad. And so I really appreciate you. And so I just thought that this would be the perfect video to just ask you questions, and you can be as honest as you can, and we'll just go from there. And whoever's watching who can relate to this, I hope that it blesses you. And I was thinking about doing a great spot in the house where we can do this interview, or whatever whatever this is called. And I thought, what more perfect place than this truck right here? Okay, we have cried so much in this truck. We have laughed so much in here, and we've had the best conversations on the road, speaking about your little brother and having to help him, and us going through it all. So this is the perfect place to have this. And again, I hope it blesses you. So Samuel, first question is, what was your first memory of your little brother having autism? Or me coming, whatever, the introduction to it all.
So when you first told me, you took out bad news, so I thought it was a bad news that I can't play with him no more. He won't understand me no more. He can't do all this stuff. But I was like crying so much. Me and my mom was crying together and stuff, and I was very sad back then.
And I want to clarify that it's not like this, right? We're so next to each other and we're just sitting here crying with one another. I have to say that he silently suffers, without me knowing. And throughout the years, I've picked up on that. Is that I've seen that you will sort of walk away from me and cry. And because I was going through so much, I feel sad that I wasn't there for you as much as I was for him, because you're older, I thought you'd be a little bit more okay. But that was different. You needed to also understand, because when you see me going through something, you're also going through it as well. You see the reaction hurts you, right? So, and yes, like he said, the news, it was like, it felt like at the time, just felt like the worst thing ever. And so here we are.
Yeah.
And at that time, so Elias, so you guys have a 4-year gap. So Elias was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you were 7 years old. And at that time, I think, like you're saying, I don't think I could play with you like the way that I wanted to, right? With your little brother, once you found out, because he wasn't, like, how do you think he was, like, playing wise with you? Very uninterested, right? Very uninterested in what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, like, even though he's on the spectrum, I can still be there for him no matter what.
Different to play with him, right? You had to learn a different way to communicate with him. And we learned a lot with just having to sit there. Just sitting next to him was, while he's playing, I know that you've learned that this was a different way of playing with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, second question, dude. What's your favorite thing to do together?
Ooh. I like to play video. When he comes in my room and I feel very generous, sometimes I don't like him in my room. I sometimes tell him to get out. A lot of times.
Stick to the question. What's your favorite thing to do together?
When I feel generous, I let him come in my room and we can play video games together.
Mm-hmm. And he picks up stuff pretty quickly.
Yes.
He does. How do you help your little brother when he's having a hard time?
Okay, so when he's having a hard time, I always want to give him hugs because I like to give him hugs because sometimes it calm him down, because like sometimes when he feel pain, we feel pain too. So it's basically if you suffer, we suffer. Basically something like that. But we suffer most of the time.
Yes. Do you think having a sibling on the spectrum has helped you be more patient and understanding?
Yes. Yeah, before he was born, I was not that patient. But when he came, I had to learn that I gotta be patient with him, and that I can't rush him a lot. And if I do rush him, make him feel like he feels extra worried that he's gonna get yelled at. He says it. He says it too.
Yeah. I didn't think that you caught on to that.
Yeah.
That's good. Have you ever felt frustrated with him? Never.
When did I say never? I never said never. I always get frustrated with him.
Yeah. At least how many times a day? He's counting on his fingers. Give him some time.
A lot. I'm going to just say a lot. Because sometimes with bubbles, he's obsessed with bubbles, cocomelon, everything. If it's bubbles, he don't care. He won't just play with it.
We can't even say that word out loud.
Yes, like.
And then we've gotten so good with stores where we know what do we do in the stores?
We just look out for toys, bro.
What do we do with that aisle?
We just make him look at the other way.
Skirt. When we go with a plan.
Yeah, so we come up with a plan. Or sometimes you just tell him no bubbles, no toys, no nothing. We're only here to get groceries.
We had to prep him in this car before we go in the store. We're like, what do we tell him?
No toys, no nothing.
unless we go there for that reason, that's different. But when families, when you're trying to go and get groceries, we just want to go and get a tomato and get out.
Sometimes we want to give him bubbles so he can just not bother us.
Yeah, but those are special days.
Special days.
Yeah, we'll talk about those. Let me see. Why do you think it's important for people to know about autism?
Well, because sometimes there's actual people that got hit from a spectrum kid that don't bully them because they're on spectrum. Don't yell at them because they're hitting you. There's a reason sometimes they're hitting you because they want to tell you, hey, come over, let's play, or like just want to play with you. They don't want to hurt you on purpose.
Yeah, and not all of them, and that's what we're also learning, is that just like people, just like in which they are people, everyone's different. So there's some kids on the spectrum who are very sensitive, who has social skills problems, but our guy, he's a social butterfly. And he's very loud, he's very strong-willed, and so when he loves hard, he can come off very aggressive. Like he said, when he's coming to hit you, if you don't know what he's trying to say, you'll interpret that as he's trying to hurt you, and that's not what he wants to do. He just wants to do what?
Play.
He just want to play. Mm-hmm.
He wants to come play with you in the backyard.
He'll just run and like do this, and I'm like, you have to say tag, right? So I can know you want to play tag. Yes. And all of it's a learning curve that we're also teaching him when he does stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's like we want to make sure that when we do this back to him, like tag, so he can understand. Oh, okay, because it would just come off as him just hitting you, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things is like, have you noticed that he's like when we are not understanding him, as strong-willed as he is, he gets really sensitive too. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I notice that a lot because sometimes we get frustrated with him. He feels that. He feels that like, oh, sorry, so sorry, so sorry.
He'll say sorry 100 times.
Yes. Sometimes we feel bad because it's just like sometimes we just don't understand him a lot.
Yeah.
And like it feels like we are the person that's wrong a lot.
Yeah.
But we gotta teach him not to hit a lot.
And he's teaching us as we're teaching him every day. And every year is different. What would you say? Do you think when he was younger till now, do you think there's a lot of difference and growth in him?
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of words that he's been saying.
Mm-hmm. Speaking, yeah. Now he's able to speak a lot more. Mm-hmm. Elias didn't call me mom till he was 4 years old. And just this year, he's starting to put words together. Like, he will always talk on it. Like, when he was watching his show, he will always repeat those words. Mm-hmm. But speaking one-on-one, holding a conversation, he is a speech impaired, and he's made so much growth. Mm-hmm. And now he can hold a conversation and understand, 100% understand. And it just feels good when you see his progress over time. And it's like also when he grows, we also grow too. Mm-hmm. And I see that also with him. So these are the questions that I just have as an introduction into this video for you. But there's something that I would like to ask you, if you would like to share with people. What was the hardest thing? Do you remember? And you're free to talk about this stuff.
The hardest thing with him?
Like yes. Do you remember when Elias was young, he used to elope, which means run away. and he used to have that so bad.
Oh yeah.
We used to. It came to a point. I think our doors had about 4 different locks because he would leave and unannounced, and we had to put a doorbell on the door so that just in case if one of us is not. And it was a smaller home at the time, and we wanted to make sure that if he was to walk out the door, that we would hear him leave. But this particular day, it didn't happen like that.
So do you want me to tell them the story of...
You can tell. Yes, you can, because this is what you experienced.
So the story of the missing Elias, he's here with us now. He's
good. He's safe. He's at school.
Okay. So this is why I got choose God, because of this. So I was just putting on my Spider-Man costume. I love Spider-Man back then. So I was putting on my Spider-Man costume until I didn't hear nothing. It feels weird because like Elias used to talk about
humming, like as we said earlier. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the video, but Elias used to, not the trash can, the garbage people.
The garbage people. Where are you two? Okay, we're gonna sing too.
We're gonna stay strong.
We're gonna stay strong, okay.
He used to plug his ears and he used to say that humming noise for long periods of time, and so we had been accustomed to that. So that's the sound he's saying, and it's weird because it's this particular day. You just knew, okay, so this felt weird. This is something unusual.
Yes, he always do the sound. So I was like, okay, he might watching his YouTube, his video
show. He loved Word Party.
Yeah, so I was like, when I hear it, I thought he would like jump a lot. So when I didn't hear the jumping and I went in the room and I saw like nothing was there. So I went to my room, nothing was there.
Elias wasn't there.
I checked everything, even the bathroom, even the closet,
under the beds. And
I thought I called Dad. Dad, is Elias with you? Dad said,
where was Dad?
He was in the living room, chilling, just sleeping and stuff.
No,
he
was in the kitchen cooking. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I had
to walk.
I went to go work out, so I had left.
Yes.
And Dad was cooking. He was watching a YouTube video because he was learning a new recipe, and he had that on full blast. I had came back in the house because I had forgotten my headphones to go work out. So Dad locked the door the first time, but he didn't lock the door the second time when I left the house. And because he was in the kitchen cooking and he had the phone up on loud so he can hear the recipe, he didn't. What happened next?
So I was like, Dad, is Elias with you in the kitchen? And Dad told me no, Elias not with me. So I went to go check the living room, and I checked all the room back then. So I was like, then where's Elias? Dad's screaming out, like, where is he? I was like, Dad, did you hear the door slam or something? No, he told me no. I had it full blast. I was like crashing out and stuff. Until we went outside, we called my mom because she was still coming to our house walking. And I said, Mom, do you have Elias with you? And she said, no. I was like, then where's Elias? Elias not in the house. I checked everywhere. And Mom was worrying. And that was frustrating.
Yeah, I was at the park nearby the house.
Yeah,
she was. So as soon as Dad called me and told me that Elias was missing, I ran back to the house as fast as I could.
Yes, Dad was yelling at me because he was frustrated at me because I did not look at Elias.
He wasn't frustrated. No, he was panicking. He wasn't yelling at you because you lost him, because you're not the one responsible for him. It sunk in at the time that Elias had walked out the door.
Mm-hmm. He just frustrated.
He was, yeah. That was the most I've never seen Dad like that before. How do you?
Yeah, I never saw Dad panic, by the way. So he went to go outside and told me to stay in the house, but I didn't listen. So when he went to go search the other way and the other way, I started crying, bent down on my knees.
What time was this?
It was at nighttime.
It was nighttime.
It was at like 10 p.m. or I don't know.
Yes, 9. It was between 9 and 10 when this was happening. So it was pitch dark.
Yeah.
Our neighborhood at the time, I don't know, it was very tight. You know, it was just when you lose someone, when we lost him, it was like everything became a hazard. He could have been at the ditch behind the house. He could have been in, it just like, I just remember it felt like the neighborhood was closing in on us. And
it feels
like you said, Dad told you to stay in the house.
I didn't listen because I was like on my knees, like bending down, like praying and stuff. This is one of the part that you gotta trust God because God can save you and stuff. And I was praying so hard, I was crying, yelling, and neighbors heard me. I was like, "Why are you looking at my brother's lost right now, bro? I'm focusing, I'm praying." And so I was praying, and my dad told my mom that he found them because there's two ladies. There's two ladies, and like there's like one bad guy in the story. It was a mailman. He just like get this baby off of me.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a mailman who did see him walking out the house, but we found out later because there was these two, like he said, there's these two sisters that was driving in our neighborhood who found Elias, and he was on the other side of the neighborhood on the street, and they had found him, and they had noticed that he was on the spectrum because their nephew was on the spectrum. So they by the grace of God, they were good people.
Yes, like,
and they weren't even they weren't even part of our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. They had just so happened to make the wrong turn, which was clearly the correct turn that they made, that God brought them there. And when they saw Elias, I remember when Dad met up with them, I was on the other side of the street looking for him, and Dad so happens to be in that street that they had came down on, and they had told him that they were not going to give up to find who Elias belongs to. Mm-hmm. And that's when we found out from them that the mailman, they had saw the mailman, and the mailman said that was none of his business.
So we're basically the side characters, and God was basically the main character of this story.
God is always
like God is basically the main character of the whole world right now. I think I was so happy. I was like, thank God, thank you.
Yes. What I love about the story with you is we've always taught you to always do what first?
Pray.
We've always taught him to always pray in every situation. And in that situation, me and Dad was the one going crazy.
Yes, I was like,
and we were the ones that were panicking. I was so quiet. And I remember when I walked into the house just to make sure that he wasn't in the house. Do you remember you coming up to me and like, because I was like, I just like mentally was out of it. And I remember like, okay, I gotta find him.
And I told you to pray.
And you came up to me, and because you were like, Mom, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, this is not the time to tell me anything. But I remember you came up to me, you're like, Mom, listen. You're like, just pray. I prayed about it. God's got it. I already prayed about it. And that just wasn't words at the time that I wanted to hear, because I was like, I need to see him. I don't know what you're saying right now until I see him. And I said, just go to the room, because to me it's like, I can't lose another kid. Go to the room. So he went to the room, and that's what he said. He started praying, and so
I didn't listen to both of them. I got out of my room when I looked left and right. I looked in the living room. I checked everywhere. I was like, yeah, now's my chance. My special power. And so I went outside, and I was praying so hard. And
do you want to tell them what your prayer was about?
My prayer was like, God, please save Elias. I'm so sorry for all of our sins. And we are like,
I just remember you said there was a picture in your room with your family, with all of us in the picture, and I remember you saying, I just prayed that God didn't separate us. That was your prayer.
Yes. Yeah. I prayed that I don't want to lose no one no more. I just wanted to stick with the family that I had and so we can be a special family together and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I forgot all the stuff that I prayed
It's
about.
okay.
It's
But and Elias at that time was either I think he was about 4 years old at this time.
no, he was like 3 or 2. Cause I think today was like that story. He was like I think that was his birthday.
No, he was definitely 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah. But I wanted to wanted you to Sam chill. Stop doing weird things on my video.
I got you.
I wanted to bring that up because a lot of families go through that. A thing about children on the spectrum, some of them they're explorers. They're so adventurous and when they set their mind or eyes on something, they just go straight. I can't remember, but when Elias, yes, when he was younger, as weird as it sounds, he could not go backwards. If he was going forward, he was going forward. There wasn't no left or right. He wasn't going back. He was just going forward. And if I was to grab his hand and say, okay, we got to go back in the house or we got to go back to the car, he would explode. It was just a thing that he could not or did not want to do. And so I know that once he set his eyes on something, he was just going to go and there was no way stopping. So he made it across the whole neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And again, we're so grateful for those 2 angels who found him and brought him, that God led to make the wrong turn to bring our boy back to us, because we would not have known what would happen. And that's okay. We don't have to, because he's here. But we wanted to bring that awareness that does happen, that our hearts goes out to every family who has unfortunately went through that situation, because it's a very scary one. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring that up is because that had built so much anxiety in us, because you want your brother to grow, and I want him to grow, but letting go is so hard, because what if he goes missing again? What if I take my eyes off of him for a second and he's gone again? We're always living in those moments, and I think that's like when you say, man, that's why you have to have God in your life, because there's no it's so hard to do life without a higher power to depend on and to give you that comfort and that leading in every day and all the things that we're going through. And so we're so thankful that we're so thankful for that. Yeah. But so let's end it here. Do you have anything that you would like to add in this video?
I want to say that thank you. If you guys are watching this video right now, those 2 girls that saved Elias, thank you for everything that you guys done. Thank you for making the wrong turn, because if you guys made the right turn, Elias will be missing the whole, basically almost for a long time. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you, Sam, for answering my questions and just
welcome.
I know we didn't cover all the things, and I know that this video could be better, but I hope that through your expressions that might come through this video, that people will find it encouraging and know that they're not alone, and that as a family we go through everything together, right?
Yep.
Okay. We love you guys.
Bye.